In this video, we are looking at applications of parametric equations, and we are going to start by modeling linear motion, or see how this is applied in linear motion. So here we are told, consider an object that is moving with constant speed v along a straight line that makes an angle theta measured counterclockwise, and this is the angle right here from a parallel line to the x-axis. The position of the object at any time t can be represented by the parametric equations, and these are the equations given here. And here we have the starting point, the x subscript 0, y subscript 0, and this is the object's location when t is 0. So here we have an example. Write a set of parametric equations for the airplane shown, given that its speed is 306. So what does that represent? So that is v per second, and find the vertical and horizontal distance of the plane after 1 minute. So let's get the equations. The first thing is to get the angle. So I want you to remember SOHCAHTOA. SOHCAHTOA, let me write it here, because I need this to be able to find the angle. So I know that this here is the opposite, this is the adjacent, because this is the angle that I need. So I'm going to use tan. So I'm going to say tan of theta is equals to the opposite of adjacent, so that is 1200 over 6000. So to get the angle, we do tan inverse of 1200 over 6000, and this is going to give me 11.3 degrees. So once I get the angle, I can write my equations. So here I know that v is given as 306, and I also know that theta, I found theta, which is 11.6 degrees, and I also know the starting point, which is equals to 0, 0. Then I write the equation. So x is equals to v cosine of theta, which is going to be, and it's plus 0. So this is going to be equal to 306 cosine of theta, which is 11.3, and this is going to give me 300 t. So we get 300 t. Now I go to the next one to find for y, the parametric equation for y, and this is going to be y is equals to v sine theta, and here I forgot to write t. I'm multiplying that by t, and this is plus, so v sine theta times t plus 0. So this becomes 306 sine theta, which is 11.3 plus 0. Remember, they are to multiply by t, and this is going to give me 60t. Y is equal to 60t. So there is the second parametric equation. This is y. So now let me just summarize my equations here. So I have x is equals to 300t, and I have y is equals to 60. Y is equals to 60t. So now my question was telling me to find the vertical and horizontal distance after 1 minute. So the horizontal distance is going to be 300 times, that's 1 minute, so that is 60 seconds since the speed is 306 feet per second. So we get 18,000 feet. Y, which is the vertical distance, is going to be 60 times 60, because time is 60 seconds. So we get 3,600 feet. So those will be the vertical and horizontal distance. Okay, here we are going to see how we can model projectile motion. And it says here, parametric equations can also be used to model nonlinear motion in a plane. For instance, consider an object that is projected into the air at an angle theta with an initial speed v. The object's parabolic path can be modeled with the parametric equations. Remember, the other one was for linear motion. So this is this is for an object which you take a projectile or a parabolic path. So the equation is going to look like one that of a quadratic equation. One thing I want you to note here is the gravity, and it's given as 32 feet per second or 9.8 meters per second. So here this will depend on what units we are going to use, and on the next example you'll see me using the example will be using feet, so you're going to see me using 32 for gravity. So let's move on. So here I'm told a dart is thrown upward with an initial velocity of 58 and an angle of 41. Consider the position of the dart at any time 0. Neglect air resistance. Write parametric equations for the dart. So the parametric equations, I'm going to start with x. So what is x going to be? So x is equals to, I know the equation, so it's going to be, so the equation is right here. I'm just plugging in the variables. So it's going to be 58, because v is 58 and theta is 41. So 58 cosine of 41 degrees, and all this we are going to multiply by t, and then plus 0. So when I work this out, this is going to be 43.8 t. So that is the equation for the horizontal distance. So for the vertical distance, the equation is going to be, I'm just going to plug in what I know from that equation. So it's going to be negative so it's going to be negative, so I know negative half, so negative 1 over 2 g squared, so g is 32 times t squared plus v, and I know what v is, so I know that v is 58, and then sine of 41 degrees, and all this I'm going to multiply by t, and this is going to be plus 0. If I simplify that, if I simplify that, I get negative 16t squared plus 38.05 t, and I just put that in the calculator. So that's the second parametric equation, and now I'm going to use these parametric equations to answer the questions that follow. So this one is asking, what is the maximum height reached by the dart? The easiest way to do this is to graph the equation for y, because I need maximum height, so I'm looking for the vertical distance. But when you're graphing, and you can do this in decimals, the equation you want to graph is y is equals to negative 16. You cannot use t as your variable when you're graphing, so use x. So go ahead and graph this in decimals, and when you do that, you find the maximum height, and when I graphed it, I got the maximum right here given by the y coordinate. So the maximum height here, so the maximum is equals to 22.56 or 22.6, and you can see it says what is the maximum height reached by the dart, so 22.6 feet. And what is the question, the next question asking, how long does the dart take to reach the maximum? This is not maximum speed but height, that's a typo, so that's maximum height, so height, so, and this is going to be the x coordinate, which is this one here, which is 1.188 seconds. And the next one, and that's the x coordinate of the maximum or the vertex. How far does the ball travel horizontally? And this is going to be given by x, and this is x is equals to 43.8, and what I need right now is to see how long it took to get to the ground, and this is given by the intercept, and I can see at that point, I can see that number is 2.3, the time is 2.375, so I'm going to multiply by 2.375, and when I multiply that, it gives me about 104 feet. So that will be the answer, and that's how to do problems like these ones.